Hello to my Aries moons. You are most welcome here if Aries is not your moon sign, if it's your star sign or shows up anywhere else in your chart. I am pretty sure that we will show up there somewhere. But I am focusing mainly on moon energy. And the moon represents our emotions, our subconscious, our intuition. This is looking below the surface of what is going on with our star signs and that. This is also in timing with the new moon in Capricorn. So we're looking at that energy and how that is working with your moon sign at the moment. I have got a main reading, which is for anyone of any star or moon sign. That is for the collective about the new moon energy. So please check that out. And I have kept the oracle cards that come up from that, which is perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. So, I'm also going to apologise, but I am currently in lockdown in a household of 8 people, 4 of whom are children. It does get a little noisy in the background at the moment, particularly with the adults. Strangely enough, the children are happily sat watching telly together, and the adults are being most interruptive at the moment. So I do apologise, but this is how COVID is affecting my business so far. So I also got the Mirror Guardian out from the Angels and Ancestors deck, and this is about taking time to reflecting on how far we've come, having a look at what in our life is working, praising ourselves for the journey that we've been on, the skills that we've learned, how we've handled things, and also looking at the things that we want to change or we feel aren't working in our lives, but being gentle with ourselves with that. It's like acknowledging it, integrating it, understanding how you can have the power to change the things that you can. So I'm feeling very Hanged Man energy with these cards, and that is echoing through the readings that I'm doing with that as well. So since the new moon is all about setting our intentions, our goals, and what we want to focus on going forward. So let's see how you Aries moons or Aries within your chart can use that energy. Do you know what? I keep forgetting to mention these cards because they're new cards as well. These are the Black Moon astrology cards, and at the moment I'm just using them as a sort of focal point for the energy that I'm bringing in. So in case you're not familiar with Aries, which if you're an Aries sun, you'll be familiar with Aries. If you're an Aries moon, however, just have a think about how that manifests in your emotions, in your actions, in how you react to some things as well. Aries is the card of the ego in a way. It's the I am card. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and the energy of this card is that of a dynamic trailblazer. Aries is the fire of creation. This means Arians can be highly creative. Since they are impatient, they are also blunt and to the point. They make no effort to pretend to be something other than what they are, which in their eyes is number one. Everyone needs to understand this. Arians tend to be genuine people who are not into playing games. They like matters to move fast. Since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it is represented by the primal human, one who must protect and defend. Aries people are highly ambitious and want to accomplish things quickly, in a no-nonsense way. Competition is what Aries is all about. Many feel the need to compete when the other party doesn't even care to. Traditionally, Aries is a warrior sign. Sorry, one moment. Sorry about that. Traditionally, Aries is the warrior sign. which means being always on the defensive, ready for action. The Aries style of relating is that of a catalyst using force, not of a peacemaker. They're interested in sports, and a number of Arians have a fascination with weapons. When this card turns up, expect things to move fast, for there is no time to take it step by step. Well, it's not the card that's turned up, so I'm not going to use it in that sense. But just have a think about those personality traits of Aries and how that comes into play in your own personality, how that resonates with you. And look at that, we've got the Queen of Wands on the bottom, who is Aries energy. That was quick. Capricorn, you move for Aries. Oh, we've got the Queen of Swords out and the High Priestess. Ooh. New energy for Aries. Capricorn, new energy for Aries moon signs. There we go. Seven of Pentacles, that came up in Pisces too. Oh, okay. Sorry, my throat's starting to dry up now. Sorry, that was followed by the water going down the wrong way. Oh dear. It's like the worst feeling ever, that, isn't it? Okay, so Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about speaking her truth. It's funny because I picked up on that when it was saying about us being blunt. I am an Aries star sign. Not moon sign. Moon sign I'm Virgo. But whether you're Aries star sign or moon sign, usually when we've got something to say, we say it. And I don't know if you can resonate with that. But I always say with the Queen of Swords, you've got to apply some tact. Because that sword, her words that she wields, and she wields it, look at her. She's amazing. I love this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is such an amazing energy because she stands up for her truth. She takes action on her truth. The queens can be quite active, like the kings sort of rule over. They've mastered their energy. The queens sort of, I'm getting that sense of behind every king is a good queen sort of thing. I don't know if you've ever watched films like set in medieval times, and you usually find the queens, or if you think to like Game of Thrones, they're the ones actually holding the power. They're the ones whispering in the ears of the influential people, taking the actions that need to be taken. They're protectors, aren't they? It's very nurturing energy. So what is it that you are standing up and speaking about? I'm going to have a read of her. I sometimes find, because I'm really feeling her energy there, I sometimes find just having a little refresh on what's written about it, especially since like there's a different vibration with each deck that I use. Like, I'm very drawn to this smile on her face. And I'm thinking it in the sense of Aries and competition and how we can be, this is like rising up to the challenge of something. The Queen of Swords has a sharp mind, but also a playful sense of humour, evident in her half smile. That is exactly what I was picking up. She is committed to seeing and speaking the truth, but is not judgmental. Along with her beautiful peacock, she radiates positive energy. And that brings a whole new sort of energy to that, doesn't it? It brings a whole new feel into that of speaking your truth, but in a sort of playful manner. Yeah, like the use of wit to get, you know what I was saying about being careful how you wield your words. And this is what it feels like. It feels like a bit of wordplay, choosing the right words to bring a bit of humour to the truth that you're trying to say, the hard truth that you're trying to say. Interesting that the High Priestess is coming up in the middle there. And this is once again using wisdom. If you think of her energy in with this Queen of Swords, I mean, this is divine feminine power. This is more focused on our intuitions, though. So knowing sorry. Sorry, I was just reading something. Sorry, I'm saying something about an owl. Oh yeah, there's an owl there. She's the feminine energy that balances the male energy of the magician. I thought I'll just have a look at her because I've never actually read the book for this particular High Priestess. But it's saying that she's like the feminine aspect of the magician. So if you think of the magician as someone who is manifesting in a reality sort of way, this is like getting that wisdom through other means. This is being connected to our intuition, our psychic power and stuff like that. I'm going to get some clarifiers up in a moment because I feel like she has her own story in this. Because we've got the Queen of Swords here who is using wit to express something that might potentially be offensive to another person or might upset them. I'm getting that sort of energy with her. And then we've got this Seven of Coins, which this feels like pruning the weeds. That's all I'm gonna say, because this is like, yeah, I'm happy with my garden now. I've removed all the stuff I didn't want in it. And that's what it feels like. It feels a bit like cutting the hedges. Trimming the hedges, just getting everything the way you want it. And maybe that is, you know, for some of you, that could be something that you want to do over this. I mean, this is the first new moon of the year. It's the Capricorn new moon. It's when we start looking at our practical realm and how we want to change it up and do things differently. But this feels like shaping. This is pruning and shaping and weaving and getting it the way you want it. But I feel like this has got its own little narrative here, its own little story of of messages that are coming into you intuitively. It could be where to put your focus. Oh, wow. Okay. Two swords, Ace of Wands. She's got a whole lot more tools now. So, you can't hold two swords of truth. You can't hold two or chase two thoughts. You know what I said about this focusing in? That's what this is here. Sorry. I get the feeling here. It's been like chasing two what is it? If you chase two rabbits, you'll lose them both. And I feel like some of you have been splitting your energy, chasing two dreams, chasing two ideas. And this is focusing in. This is asking you, okay, what are you passionate about? What is it this is fire energy. For any dominant Aries, whether it is Aries in your star or your moon, I honestly think that Aries in any predominant part of your chart is going to speak through with that fire. It's going to bring that call to action to the forefront and say, well, okay, what is driving you? Because she has got the wisdom to choose here. She's got the wisdom to discern what is best for her and what she wants. But this is coming from a place of passion, coming from a place of excitement, from fire energy. I feel like there's a bit of fussing going on with this Two of Swords here. It's like overthinking it a little. And the Ace of Wands is like, look, just go for it. Just pick that goal and go for it. Pick that opportunity. And this is moon energy. So it is using our emotions, our subconscious. And we've got that Ace of Wands that's saying, what do you desire? You know what makes you happy. I feel like she says that as well. You know. You know who you are. You know what you want. Let's go for it. High Priestess. Where's the High Priestess there? Oh, do you know what, weirdly, I'm feeling that one. I'm going to take that one, which is the 9. Ooh, what are you defending? Ah. Have you been hurt? Because I feel like you've got the wall up around your heart. And this is like, I can't step outside of that boundary. Because that is the main message that's coming up with this new moon, is to look at our boundaries, to push outside of our comfort zone. But sometimes stepping outside of our comfort zone means taking these walls down, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. Because I think that Queen of Swords as well. Do you think she's very vulnerable? Because I feel like she has been through too much. The Queen of Swords, she's been there, she's done that. That's how she gained her wisdom. But I feel like there's this barrier up, and it's protecting this inner child, protecting our hearts. Why are all these mental barriers around? Wow, I knew she had her own little narrative going on. I was not expecting this. I feel like this is opening up to love. Letting yourself be vulnerable with someone. Letting them see the real you. To speak your truth. Seven of Coins there. The Aries moon. Whoa. Oh my god. Queen of Swords just had to come out again, and oh my god, what did I say? That's what you're trimming back in this garden, isn't it? It's taking these down, taking those barriers down, so that you can share yourself with someone else. And if there's no one in particular that you're with or hoping to be with, this is opening up that space. I'm feeling very relationship reading with this one. It's feeling a little more about getting close with someone, about opening up and letting someone in. But when we've been hurt, particularly Aries are known for their thick armor and they have to wear the thick armour to protect their very squishy heart. And that's what happens when our inner child feels like it's been hurt. Up goes the walls. And then we feel a bit stuck in those walls, feel a bit trapped. But this is our own mental barriers that we've put up. I feel like she's here to say, come on, let's cut it down. And love, it's funny because, yeah, I was saying they each have their different vibes. She does seem like a more playful side. Using wit, using humour, maybe to deflect. This one seems all about the protection, doesn't she? All about the protection with that other hand up there. It's just like, no, it's like keeping that physical barrier from someone. And that could be the case. That could be literally the thing here, is having that physical distance given the pandemic. But we can still find ways to be vulnerable and ways to connect with people. And the 7 asks you, is it worth growing? And I feel like it is with this 2 of Cups coming out here. It feels really beautiful message. I'm keeping these ones short, so please, like I said, have a look at the main reading. So I'm just going to grab a oracle card from the Enchanted Map. Oh my word. Moonlight. There's not going to be any moonlight over the next few nights for the new moon. But yeah, moonlight. Let's have a look at that. And already, like, just looking at the card itself, look, we've got an hourglass here. But there's this element of vulnerability and being closed off. It's like she's waiting for someone to come up behind her and put their arms around her. There. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical and analytical. Follow it. And here's that caught between 2 swords. Interesting this has got, because the High Priestess is highly associated with the moon as well, because the moon links in with our intuition. And this is very much saying, go with it. Use it, but know when it's coming from your intuition or speaking from fear and hurt and pain. Because they're the ones that we need to listen to and acknowledge, but then heal them. Listen to why those fears come up. Listen to why those barriers have come up. Upright. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. That is exactly what we're doing right now. Thank you. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. Oh, sorry. And then the reverse. Too much analysing is getting you nowhere. Stop overthinking things. You may be exhausted from second guessing yourself all the time and lose your footing. Are you insecure about your ability to make good choices? Step back and regroup and enter into a more trusting relationship with the flow of life. Don't become overly concerned about perceived mistakes. How will you learn to dance if you don't occasionally take a misstep? On the moonlight pathways, you can discover love and truth and wondrous things. Sorry, stumbled with that bit then. I'll try it again. On the moonlight path, you can discover love and truth and wondrous things. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Go play, have fun, stay open and trust. Absolutely loving that message, and I think that card just sort of brought it to life there, didn't it? Of dropping that fear, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and enjoy the ride. That's what I get from this, is enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. Because you can't control the outcome. You've just gotta roll with it, basically. Right, hope that resonated. Please feel free to comment below. Follow me on social media. I will, maybe not this month, but eventually start putting links in for this stuff. Like I said, I'm homeschooling at the moment, so everything's a bit crazy. It's a bit full on in my household, but I will be back with more for next month. Bye for now.